Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Witch Talk. I am your host. My name is Audrey, and don't forget to be tuning in also on the our YouTube channel, Witch Talk YouTube channel, to be able to tune in to this episode, which is talks myths of female sexuality. And for my beautiful, amazing co-host, she is back to spend some time with me. Hi, Miss April.
Hey.
Hi, gorgeous. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We've been hanging out and doing witchy things today. Cooking, eating, drinking fake wine.
Oh, yeah. Tarot cards.
Yep, tarot cards. It's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to go over female sexuality and 7 myths.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, okay. So our first myth, drum roll please, it is women aren't sexual. What?
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's interesting.
Oh heck.
Bless.
Okay, so for some reason, society has gotten into its brain that women aren't sexual. I'm super sexual.
Yeah, so am I.
So, and if there's not that sexual connection with somebody, like on a romantic level, I can't vibe.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. And it's like, I think it baffles some people when, like, women we're very, like, firm and stable in our sexuality.
Well, I think they were shamed at one point for being sexual.
Exactly, because there was actually scientists believe that women didn't have pleasure from sex.
What?
And that the medical reason for hysteria, hysteria was actually a diagnosed disease only for women. And the treatment for it was vaginal stimulation, aka what we call now masturbation.
Vibrators.
Yes. And that's how the first vibrators started to come about. It was actually invented by a female doctor who treated hysteria. There's a really great movie on it, and it has Maggie, what was her name? Gyllenhaal. Maggie Gyllenhaal. Great movie. She did fabulous. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's
pretty fucked.
That's bullshit. All right, you ready to move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay. Women have fewer partners. You wish we had fewer partners, because now we actually know what the fuck we're doing, because practice makes perfect.
Right. It's also, too, you just want to be the only one who's done it.
Yeah, like, I've gone where no man has gone before. Bitch!
That doesn't make you special.
Women have gone here and you still haven't.
Right. Doesn't make you special.
No. And that's what baffles my mind, because that seems to be a common misconception. It's like, they say women should only have up to 6 partners. I have more than 6 partners. Do you have more than 6 partners?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, that just baffles my mind. Y'all think women are just so unsexual that we don't really... But
yeah. I mean, I also think, too, society has shamed multiple sex partners. I mean, it's okay for guys to do whatever the fuck they want.
Because they're studs and they're manly men.
Oh, and they can't have kids, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like, they can't physically have to carry it and take care of it. They can just run away. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
But women have to take the responsibility if she winds up getting pregnant. And then when she does get pregnant, oh no, can't have an abortion because you can't have the rights to your own body.
Bless my soul on that too.
Like, and then of course I mentioned in this my last segment, which was life as a woman in this society, and I talked about how when Ted Cruz, or when Alabama, you see that when Alabama was trying to pass a law that if a man had 3 kids or over the age of 50, they got cauterized. Like, they got snipped and back, like a mandated vasectomy. Ted Cruz was outraged. But if a woman wants to get an abortion, no one's outraged, because women apparently are supposed to be property. Where's your ball and chain, April?
Bless, I left it in the car.
We left it in the car. Damn it. So, myth number 3. Women don't think about sex as much as men. This one pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you think of sex a day?
Yeah, I mean, probably like a 7 or 8. But if it's like, if I've had sex recently and it's been like really good, I think about that shit for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be just daydreaming about it.
Exactly. Like, I'm a very sexual person. I think about sex a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And that's just not my Scorpio zodiac sign speaking. That's just me as a person.
Right.
Because, like, sex for me, especially if you're in a relationship, it's like the ultimate physical love language, touch of expression of your love for somebody. And then if it's casual, then it just releases all this dopamine, that carnal, like, incredible, like,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's just, where does society or this patriarchal bullshit get off to women thinking that we're some sort of, like, holistic angels?
Well, I think that's what they want you to be.
Like, they want you to just be quiet and suppressive and lay on your back when a man wants it, and then
Have his babies.
and not to enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
and then clean his house,
Mm-hmm.
and then bow on the floor and be like, "Here, master, let me give you a drink."
What do they say? Wash their feet with their hair. Do you know that? Yeah.
That's some Christian bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, though.
No.
Not all the way completely Christian, but I'm just saying it's like the old terminal or the old, like, ways of women having to serve a man.
Yes, and now women have evolved their purpose outside of being married and being owned, basically, because that's what marriage basically was. We were sold off for goats and pigs, land and money. By the way, the only way you would marry me is if there's a unicorn involved. And believe me, my husband did find me a unicorn. He just happens to look like a dog. I did it to protect his identity. And it just baffles me to freaking pieces. That was Xerxes, by the way. That was my unicorn. It just baffles me to fucking pieces that, like, we don't think about sex. If you had to guess, how many times do you think about sex a day? Or a sexual act?
Some days more than others, but definitely at least like 12 times, 13 times.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's probably about, like, if it's just, like, if I had to get, like, fleeting thoughts and, like, in-depth 365 stuff. By the way, great movie. If you are in the BDSM community, think of it as, like, a really bratty, really dumb role play. That's how I got through it. It's not a positive representation, but as a bratty sub, that's how I got through it. That's why I texted my husband. I was like, it's bratty sub goals. And, like, I think about it probably like 25 times a day.
Yeah.
It depends what I'm doing, but I say from, like, 15 to 25 times a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cause, like, in the morning, then at night.
Yeah, definitely at night.
Definitely at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, in my job, like, increases it sometimes, but it also kind of, like, because it is my job to be sexual and, like, you know what I mean? So I think that sometimes even with my job, I kind of, like, when I'm off work, I think about it, but not crazy as, like, as much as I would if I have to work that day. Because I also use that to kind of, like...
Get
like,
the edge off?
Yeah, like, help me at work. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
so, like, sometimes I don't do stuff before work, so I can use that energy at work.
Does
that make sense?
I love it. You use your Femme Fatale superpowers to make it rain that green bills.
Right.
I got you. Alright, so this one pisses me off too. Women orgasm less than men.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Do you not realize that women can orgasm multiple times during one session of intercourse?
Right,
versus,
as a man could do it once.
Exactly. Women can literally orgasm multiple times. Like, and there isn't a limit, by the way. This is coming from an actual sex therapist and a sex doctor, whatever those called, sexologist.
But also we have 2 ways of stimulation. So it's like, you could make us, like, finish or have an orgasm through using, you know, what did you call it earlier? You had a word for this. I can't remember. You know, like, should I just use the regular words for it?
Yeah, just
okay. Your clitoris. You can come through that, like with that, or you can come with your, what did you call that hole?
Like vaginally?
Yeah, vaginally. But you had a funny name for it. It was cute. Or you can come with both at the same time.
Your lady headed?
I don't know. No, it wasn't that. If I think of it, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come with all the, you know what I mean?
And then if you're super, like, advanced in the sexiness, you can actually come through the back door.
Oh, yeah, no, especially if you have stimulation in the front.
Mm-hmm, exactly. There's the magic button, there's heaven's hallway, and then there's heaven's back door. And if you combine them all...
Oh, bless.
Mm-hmm.
That would be serious.
Yep, exactly. And the thing is like, even women can have... Because the brain is the biggest sexual organ that you have. If you seduce the brain for a woman,
mm-hmm.
you can actually have orgasms hands-free. Did you know that?
No.
There are actual, like, walking through processes, like, videos on YouTube, and I tried it the other day, and
Interesting.
I gave you some homework later for tonight.
Right. I'm just like, what is this about?
I'll send you videos. Okay.
Yeah, send me the link.
But it's like hands-free orgasm, like hypnotism. It's actually really cool.
Okay.
So.
What are we on, number 5, 6?
We are on number 5. Close. Women don't like casual sex. Okay, this is my take on this. As someone who did not like commitment in relationships until I met my husband, I had casual partners, whether they were friends with benefits or we would just get together, experience the goddess's delight, and then go on our way. But yeah, women don't like commitment as much as men do.
Oh,
like,
that's true. Oh, if anything, we don't run from it, but
you don't embrace it.
Not even just that. It's just more so like we know what we want, and we you know what I'm saying?
And the thing is like, for us, we still want that sexual dopamine hit. We still want to experience the pleasures of sex, but without all of the messy cleaning up bullshit that men have to offer.
Right. So it's like we do what we do to feel good, but we also know if that's not what we want, it's not what we want.
Exactly. And the thing is, what I love about, like, especially when you're like sleeping with a woman, because both of us, well, April is pansexual and I'm bisexual. When it comes to a woman, like, you usually like set ground rules beforehand, be like, this is what this specific relationship is, and it's not going to grow anything beyond that.
Right, you let them know beforehand. That way, if they try to come back, you're like, no, I told you.
Exactly. That's the thing that men don't do. Men don't communicate those kind of things. Women definitely do. We definitely are like, hey, we're tennis partners. We play tennis. We say goodbye, good game, and we leave.
That's true. Yeah.
That's it. And then I'll text you next week so we can play tennis again. And because there's a lot of women now that we have such busy lives. Like career women, friends, family, hobbies, and we don't have time for like real emotional relationships like that.
Just having to consider someone else's feelings in our personal growth. Do you know what I mean?
Or not finding the right person to fit into like our life, because for a lot of women now are very specific and very like decisive of what they want in a partner, and we're are very specific when it comes to what we want. So we got to end this part 1. So this is Myths of a Female Sexuality part 1. Go ahead and stay tuned in for part 2. It'll be coming up in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming to Bitch Talk. Bye!
Bye! That's so funny. Are you going to listen to it beforehand?